and re-elected in 2006. He's done all kinds of other things since then. Let's warm welcome to Brian Jones.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll tell you one thing I'm excited for tonight is all the energy being used to pump in this cold air into this building today. I'll tell you that. I don't know if you've all been outside lately, but it's already over 100 degrees outside, so stay in here as long as you can today. Thank you very much for having me out this afternoon. Kind of taking a quick break from work to, I'm still a working politician. I still have a full-time job as well as serving as a representative on the Santee City Council. And then, of course, looking forward to serving you all in the state legislature as your next state assemblyman. Well, I want to ask you a quick question, and it's going to kind of be the theme of my talk this evening. And kind of, as I ask this question, think about the answer to yourself, because it's a very important question on a day like today. And the question is, why are you here today? You know, all the media is asking us that question. Why do we care? Why are we getting involved? Why are you giving up a beautiful Saturday in San Diego to come to the middle of town and hear a bunch of speakers? Why did you pull your kids away from the television, their PlayStation, and their cell phones to come here today? Yeah, oh, very good. That's one of the reasons. And why did you sacrifice one of your few precious days off that you have to be here today? If I might, can I attempt in the next few moments to answer that question for all of us? And I'd like to start with a short story. In 1984, President Reagan ran a television ad for his re-election called "It's Morning Again in America." And I would encourage you when you get home today to go on YouTube and look up that video. And I'd like to read the transcript of that commercial from 1984. And it's all done by voiceover. It's morning again in America. Today, more men and women will go to work than ever before in our country's history. With interest rates about half the record high of 1980, nearly 2,000 families today will buy homes more than at any time in the past 4 years. This afternoon, 6,500 young men and women will be married. And with inflation at less than half what it was just 4 years ago, they can look forward with confidence to the future. It's morning again in America. And under the leadership of President Reagan, our country is prouder, is stronger, and is better. Why would we ever want to return to where we were less than 4 short years ago? End of commercial. Well, I can tell you, I for one do not want to return to where we were in 1978 and 1980 in the United States of America. And I don't think you do either. But I can tell you today, under the pressures of our federal and state government, we are heading towards that same type of era. In 1978, my dad was unemployed. He had just closed his home building business in another state. He sold his only truck and loaded his family of 4 with a dog into a 2-door Datsun hatchback and moved us to California looking for the land of opportunity. We moved into low-income housing in the middle of Santee. My mom and dad found their land of opportunity here in California, and in just 2 years, they bought a home, a new truck, and my dad was on his way to buying a fishing boat. California was their land of opportunity. Today, unfortunately, too many families are moving out of California to find their land of opportunity. We all know somebody that's moved out of this state into another state such as Nevada, Oregon, Texas, back to Colorado, and other places of the country. This ought not be. California is the land of opportunity, or it should be. California is the best state in the country to open a business, raise a family, work toward our dreams and goals, or it should be. California is the economic engine that powers the rest of the country, or it should be. And California sets the example for the rest of the country for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, or it should be. But unfortunately today, California is not. Today, The California dream is bogged down with unemployment, home foreclosures, high taxes, over-regulation, a legislature that cannot pass a budget. And I keep hoping I can remove that line out of my talk, but every week it goes on and on and on. They still can't pass a budget. Burdensome environmental laws and a government that meddles too much into our lives and tells us too much how to conduct our daily business. Why are you here today? We're all here because we want a new day for California and for America. What happened to the pioneers of the Old West who made this great state? The pioneers who traveled for months in covered wagons and chartered the routes to the west. The pioneers who discovered gold and built the railroads. The pioneers who planted the orange groves and vineyards, who built our highways and reservoirs and started our industries, and the pioneers who founded Ramona. Where are those pioneers today? Well, I'll tell you, and I hope you're with me on this. You are those pioneers of today. Us, all of us, we are the pioneers of today. We are the pioneers of a new California. We are the pioneers that are going to turn this state around. We are the pioneers that will work hard, serve our fellow man, take back our government, and demand accountability. We are the pioneers of today. You might be asking, well, what can I do to make a difference? And many of you are already doing that. Let me share some ideas. First of all, find a candidate you believe in. Find a proposition you believe in. Find a cause you believe in. And number one, vote. But before that, walk a precinct, give a few bucks, make some calls, drive someone to the polls if they're not absentee voters, teach your kids and your grandkids to serve and get involved. Lay something on the line. And I know each and one of you here today are doing that. Just like our forefathers pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor, what will you pledge to turn California and America around? Why are you here today? We are here today because we want to win on November 2nd. But it's not just enough to win on November 2nd, 2010. We must continue to win all the way to November 2012, November 2014, and November 2016, and on and on and on. It can't stop this year. It has to continue. We are here today because just like in 1984, morning is coming to America. Morning has come to Massachusetts and New Jersey and Pennsylvania and Alaska and Delaware. Morning will come to Florida and Colorado, and morning will come to California. We're all here today because as the saying goes, it's always darkest just before the dawn. And right now it's pretty dark. But morning is coming. California's and America's best days are ahead of us. And there is a rumbling under our feet, a stirring in our hearts, and an excitement in the air that something great is about to happen in America. The sun is already getting ready to rise. On November 2nd, California will be the hope of America again. Morning is coming. On November 2nd, California will become again the Golden State. Morning is coming. And on November 2nd, the sun will rise in the west. The morning is coming again to America, and that's why we are all here today. Thank you very much.